4 years ago, many of you attended a SOAR session in Vaughn Auditorium to learn from me about how to survive in a college classroom. Though you failed the test I gave you at SOAR, some of you remember, but here you are, 2 years or 3 years or 4 years or 5 years later, you survived. I told you at SOAR that going to class and studying hard and completing your assignments were necessary to survive. Just as important, I told you that perception matters. I challenged you that day to think about the perception you wanted us to have of you. So now I am going to spend a few minutes this evening sharing my perception of you. Maisha. Our first encounter, I believe, was at the end of an Honors College seminar session where I instructed you that I was the instructor, not you. And since then, Maisha, you, in my 29 years, no student has volunteered as many times as you have to help me, and you showed up every single time. Thank you. Shanice, you are the happiest student on campus. You're happy now. You're laughing. And every time I encountered you during your years here, just when I see you're happy, I feel happy. I am going to miss your happiness. Christina, you are reserved like me, but you are determined like me. And I think you might remember that I told you in your first year that you were special and that you were going to do wonderful things and accomplish great things at Show One. And I look forward to hearing what you have to say at commencement. Marshall. I don't know if I want to talk about the fruit Rachel threw at you when you were a freshman, or the ghost you encountered when you were a kid. But I decided I'd talk about a specific advising session we had a couple years ago where we were trying to find you an elective to take. And we were struggling, finding something that you were interested in and that would fit your schedule. And I just blurted out of desperation, by the way, Marshall, what about creative writing? And you go, oh yeah, I could do that. And you love it. And you're now published in the Brown Lady magazine. So it's amazing sometimes what those struggling advising moments can bring us. Andrew. Okay, well, Andrew, it's more about your mother, not you. So, on the day that I met you, Andrew, and I also met your parents, I remember saying to your mother, you're going to miss Andrew so much. Because my kids were in college and I missed them desperately. And she says, oh no. And it's like, I said, no, trust me, you're going to drop them off here in August and your heart's going to be broken. Said, no. You don't even have to send them home. Kennedy. Now, Kennedy, you should be shocked because I barely know you. So I met you for 6 weeks this semester in the Hobson course, and which was also the Litchbeer course. But I was just amazed how much you got into that book. You seemed to really enjoy it. And you even said you didn't like reading. Yeah. Yeah. And then last week I got to see your ceramics. Stick to reading. So she knows what I'm talking about. So. And then finally, Rachel. Every year, Rachel, there's always that one student I know the most, and that is definitely you for this year. And there's so much I could say about you, but I have to focus on your bluntness. And I tried to come up with what was the most blunt thing you ever said to me. I mean, there's so many, like, you really thought that chair looked nice in your living room? Or what you just said 2 days ago, you did remember to pay for my Blue Cord, but I decided that it's the one you said to me in March. In a semi-crowded lobby of Marks Hall one evening, you came up to me and you said, "So President Peterson resigned." And I just kind of shrugged, and then you said loudly, "I was just worried they were going to make you president." So Rachel, they didn't. So you see, perception matters. But there is something else that matters this evening. It's you. It's all of you. Just being around you matters. Of all the wonderful experiences that come with my position, nothing is more rewarding than spending time with you in a classroom or the office or the lobby of Marks Hall or the cafe and so on. I am, quite frankly, lucky to get to interact with each of you each day. Indeed, for me, there's a kind of beauty about it. I learn so much from you and about you. I get to discover how intelligent, sensitive, expressive, anxious, caring, and driven you are. You have a brightness about you, a brightness that allows you to shine. You radiate life, and you illuminate my life, and your light brightens my life each day. When I think of how each of you carry light, I am reminded of Chowan's motto, lux et veritas, light and truth, God and knowledge, faith and future, faith in your future. Now go light the world. Thank you.